Have you ever wondered what made the samurai warriors of Japan so feared yet so respected? It's a question that has intrigued many, and for good reason. The samurai, these legendary warriors from the land of the rising sun, are shrouded in an aura of mystique. From their indomitable fighting spirit to their intricate armor, they have left an indelible mark on world history. But beyond their battlefield prowess, there's a deeper layer to the samurai. A moral code known as Bushido guided their actions, dictating everything from their conduct in war to their behavior in peace. This wasn't just a set of rules, but a philosophy that shaped their way of life, influencing everything from their martial arts to their tea ceremonies. So, what's the real story behind these warriors and their unique culture? That's precisely what we're going to explore. Join us as we journey back in time to the birth of these legendary warriors and their unique way of life. Our journey begins in the 10th century, a time of chaos and conflict in Japan. In the midst of this tumultuous era known as the Heian period, a new class of warriors emerged. These weren't just your average fighters, these were the samurai. The word samurai means those who serve, and in the beginning that's exactly what they did. They started as simple bodyguards, entrusted with the protection of the nobility, but as the Heian period progressed, the power dynamics started to shift. The central government was weakening, and the nobles found themselves increasingly reliant on their protectors. These samurai, once mere bodyguards, began to gain influence and authority. They were no longer just protectors, they were power brokers. As the samurai's power grew, they began to develop their own culture and philosophy. They weren't just warriors, they were scholars, poets, artists. They sought balance in all things, striving for excellence not just in combat, but in every aspect of their lives. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. In the early days, the samurai were primarily warriors, and they were good at what they did. They trained relentlessly, mastering not just the art of war, but the art of the horse and the bow. Their skills on the battlefield were unparalleled, earning them the respect and fear of their adversaries. The samurai were also known for their unwavering loyalty to their lords. This loyalty was not just a duty, but a deeply ingrained part of their philosophy. They believed that to serve their lord with absolute fidelity was the highest honor they could attain. As the Heian period drew to a close, the samurai had firmly established themselves as a powerful and influential class. Their influence would continue to grow in the centuries to come, shaping the history of Japan in profound ways. The samurai were on the rise, but what set them apart was more than just their martial skills. Indeed, it was their philosophy, their culture, and their unwavering loyalty that truly distinguished them. The birth of the samurai was not just the birth of a warrior class, but the birth of a way of life. At the heart of the samurai's strength and discipline was a code, a way of life known as Bushido. Enshrined within this code were 7 virtues that served as the guiding principles for these warriors. They were not merely rules of combat, but a comprehensive philosophy that shaped their entire lives. First, rectitude. This virtue signified the samurai's unwavering dedication to moral and ethical correctness. It was a call to make decisions not based on personal gain, but on what was just and right. Next, courage. This was not simply about physical bravery in the face of battle, but also about the courage to act on their convictions, to uphold justice in the face of adversity. Benevolence, the third virtue, was a testament to the samurai's ability to balance their warrior spirit with compassion. They were fierce in battle, yes, but also kind and empathetic, always mindful of their duty to protect the weak. Politeness, the fourth virtue, was a reflection of the samurai's respect for others. It was a reminder that even in conflict, one must retain their humanity and treat others with dignity. Then came veracity, which underscored the importance of honesty and integrity. A samurai's word was his bond, and deception was considered a grave dishonor. The sixth virtue, honor, was perhaps the most defining characteristic of a samurai. It was the belief that one's worth was defined by their actions and their adherence to the Bushido code, rather than their social status or wealth. Lastly, loyalty. This virtue emphasized the samurai's unwavering allegiance to their lord. Their duty was absolute, and they were expected to serve faithfully, even at the cost of their own lives. These 7 virtues, rectitude, courage, benevolence, politeness, veracity, honor, and loyalty, were the pillars of the samurai's existence. They were more than just warriors. They were embodiments of a deeply ingrained sense of honor and duty. But the Bushido code was not just about war. It shaped a rich culture that celebrated art, literature, and spirituality. Beyond their fearsome reputation in battle, samurai were also patrons of the arts and proponents of education. The samurai's commitment to the arts may come as a surprise to some, given their warrior status, yet it was an integral part of their culture. They were deeply involved in tea ceremonies, a ritualistic process that was not just about serving and drinking tea, but also about aesthetics, mindfulness, and connection with nature. The tea ceremony was seen as a way to cultivate patience, humility, and inner peace, virtues highly valued by these warriors. In addition to the tea ceremony, the samurai were also into calligraphy, the art of writing. They didn't just see it as a mere form of communication. To them, calligraphy was a form of self-expression, a way to showcase their personality and spirit. Each stroke of the brush was deliberate, reflecting the samurai's precision and focus. Poetry, particularly the form known as haiku, was another art form that the samurai took to heart. These brief 17-syllable poems encapsulated their observations of the world around them, their feelings and their philosophies. It was through haiku that the samurai could express their thoughts about life, death, nature, and the fleeting beauty of existence. Education was just as important to the samurai as the arts. They were avid students of literature, often drawing on classic works for inspiration and guidance. They studied philosophy as well, particularly Zen Buddhism and Confucianism, which informed their ethical code and worldview. The samurai's commitment to education wasn't just about personal growth. They believed in sharing their knowledge with others, passing on their wisdom to the next generation. This commitment to teaching is yet another testament to the samurai's multifaceted role in society. Indeed, the samurai were not just warriors, they were also scholars, artists, and philosophers. Their culture extended far beyond the battlefield, encompassing a rich tapestry of arts, education, and philosophy that continues to captivate us to this day. As Japan modernized, the samurai class was abolished, but their spirit lives on. This statement rings true even today. The samurai's values of honor, discipline, and loyalty continue to permeate Japanese society. These qualities are reflected in the principles of respect and harmony that guide modern Japanese interactions. The samurai's relentless pursuit of perfection, their dedication to their craft, and their unwavering commitment to duty resonate in the meticulous attention to detail that characterizes Japanese art, technology, and business practices. The samurai's influence also extends to the framework of Japanese education, fostering an environment of discipline and respect for learning. Their ethos of self-sacrifice and loyalty is replicated in the modern business world, where individuals often dedicate their entire careers to a single company, mirroring the samurai's lifelong commitment to their lord. The samurai may be gone, but their legacy is far from forgotten. It continues to shape the world in ways we might not even realize.